Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. In the gently falling snow, Hogwarts looks like it's been dusted with confectioner sugar. Through the windows, Christmas decorations can be seen twinkling in the flickering hallways. Most students are at home, visiting their families, and the halls are quiet. Not a creature is stirring, not even nearly headless Nick.
That's Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington to you, young lady. And even though I've been dead more than 500 years, I most certainly have not stopped stirring. And it'll be another 500 years before you catch me, nearly headless Nick, napping. Mark my words.
Ooh, dead for 500 years. You won't find ugly, miserable, moping, moaning Myrtle haunting a toilet in the girls' lavatory for 500 years. A girl's gotta have some fun. Universal Studios, here I
go. On the 7th floor of Hogwarts, outside the Room of Requirement, two portraits spend a quiet evening together. The Room of Requirement, you may remember, is a secret room that transforms itself into whatever the witch or wizard needs of it at that moment in time.
Too quiet for Christmas Eve. Where's the myrrh? The merriment? The ho-ho-ho? It just isn't right. Makes me nervous, Sir Cadogan. That it does.
What's all the racket, Zelda? You wake the dead.
What if he who must not be named is up to his old tricks?
You know who? Surely not on Christmas Eve. What villains? What villains are these that trespass upon my private lands? Who dares challenge Sir Cadogan? Back, you scurvy braggarts! You rogues!
Ah, they're coming! Death Eaters! Ah! Death Eaters! Dementors! Save me!
Hello, Zelda, Sir Cadogan. Merry Christmas to you both.
Merry Christmas to you, Miss Granger.
A very good evening to you, Miss Granger. Might I ask what brings you to our humble hall?
Have you seen Harry and Ron?
You mean Harry Potter? And that Weasley boy?
Yes. We were in the library using occultomancy to study the astronomical academythesia of Christmas when I turned around and poof, they disappeared. I can't find them anywhere, and I was so hoping to spend Christmas with them.
Well, perhaps they just took a short study break.
I'm sure they just popped into the owlery for a tick to look in on Hedwig. That's all, dearie.
More like they hightailed it off to Hogsmeade and the Three Broomsticks for a couple of mugs of butterbeer. And without me, just wait till I get my wand onto them. How dare they stand me up for Christmas?
Now, dear, calm yourself. I'm sure they've done no such thing. How about settling yourself in front of our cozy fire in the Room of Requirement and waiting for them here? We'll keep an eye out for them.
I think I shall.
Why, thank you, Miss Granger.
No, don't worry about it. It's that house elf we have to thank. Where is he? I've lost him.
Oh, Miss Hermione, how wonderful to see you. Dobby means, how can Dobby make your visit to the come-and-go room more comfortable, miss? Would you like a refreshment? Perhaps some hog's glog?
Dobby, you've done all this?
Oh, Dobby's not finished yet. Dobby must deck the halls with boughs of holly and don gay apparel. No, Dobby can't do that. Dobby must hang the mistletoe. That's it.
Oh, Dobby, I insist that you join me in rest. Please?
What if Master finds out? Dobby would be in big trouble. What tune is that that you're playing this?
Why, Dobby, you don't know Silent Night?
Dobby doesn't know me. No, Dobby knows Hogwarts is mostly silent at Christmas, especially at night. But Dobby doesn't know why.
You don't know why we go home to our families and decorate our houses with all these trimmings? You don't know the meaning of Christmas?
Dobby doesn't know the meaning. Dobby doesn't know. Dobby just does what Dobby's told. Please don't beat Dobby.
Dobby, I would never do that. Here, let me tell you the meaning of Christmas. It all happened long ago when
An angel visited a woman named Mary and told her that she would have a baby named Jesus. He would be God's own son. Jesus would bring love and forgiveness to the world. The man Mary was to marry, Joseph, wasn't too happy to hear that Mary was going to have a baby. But an angel visited him too. And when Joseph learned just how special the baby would be, he agreed to keep his promise and he married Mary.
I told you we wouldn't get anything by going up there.
Brilliance of that star must be off the charts. If only we had a better telescope.
What are you talking about? Next thing you know, you'll be telling me one of you know whose Horcrux is in that star. Like really, folks.
perfect timing, you two. I was just telling Dobby the Christmas story. We're up to the part where Joseph takes Mary to Bethlehem to be counted for the census. And since you're bickering like an old married couple, Harry, you'll be Joseph, and Ron, you'll be Mary.
I'd rather vomit slugs than wear a dress and act like a pregger's Mary.
Babius expecto. I know the edosculation spell, Ronald Weasley, and I will use it. And where have you two been? Have you been learning how to disapparate? You know that isn't possible here on school grounds.
We were in the astronomy tower looking at the stars, and do you know what?
We ran into Neville.
Sorry, I must have taken a wrong turn back there. Hello, everyone. Look who I found stalking about in the Great Hall. Ginny and Luna.
That's what Neville means. I thought we'd never get here. Ron, what happened to you? You're not the fat lady, are you? I'm not fat. I'm pregnant. We'll have a heart attack if she finds out that you've been experimenting with Polyjuice Potion again.
Neville showed us the most spectacularly brilliant star tonight.
Hermione, is that
Don't
the...
worry, he's just as sane as I am.
Hermione, is that the...
No, Harry, we're not up to that part of the story yet. But what we do need is a donkey.
Dobby works hard as a donkey. Dobby doesn't want to be a donkey.
Equus Athanatum.
Dobby is... Dobby. Dobby isn't a Dobby donkey.
Too bad the deers would do nothing to improve their navigation skills, Neville.
Nobody's ever asked me to a Christmas party before as a friend. Is that why you turned Neville into a donkey, Hermione? Shall I be one too?
All right, everyone, we're ready to continue the story. Please proceed.
As Mary's time to give birth drew near, Caesar Augustus decreed that everyone take part in the census. Joseph and Mary traveled a long way to Joseph's home in Bethlehem to register their names. Mary rode on a donkey, for she was great as a child.
I love the Christmas story. Muggle customs are so quaint. Who would have thought of using a donkey for transportation when you can just ride a broomstick?
When Mary arrived in Bethlehem, there was no place for them to sleep. The only shelter was in a place for farm animals. There, Mary gave birth to Jesus.
You aren't?
the cottage window. I thought I'd come down here, Fang, and make sure that everything was all right. It's a cold one out here, you know.
Hagrid, come in.
We're telling Dobby the story of Christmas, the Muggle version. My father publishes it in the Quibbler every year. He says people seem more interested in it than Crumplehorn Snorcats. Imagine that.
Hagrid, you can help us. Here, put these on.
What? There ain't no hippogriffs in the Christmas story. But Buckbreak, I'm sure, would enjoy being in your play. I'll just go.
When lo, an angel of the Lord appeared to the shepherds.
Right.
And the glory of God shone around them, and they were sore afraid.
Oh, what?
They were very scared.
Dobby knows, very scary.
But the angel of the Lord said to them,
Wait. I know this part. Be afraid! No, that's not right. Be unafraid! No. Wait, I've got it. Be not afraid. Be not afraid, for I bring you tidings of great joy to you and to everyone. For today in Bethlehem, a Savior has been born to you. You will find the babe laying in a manger.
Then the angel was joined by a multitude of angels, lighting up the sky and singing, Glory to God in the highest, and to everyone peace on earth. The shepherds said to one another,
Let us go to Bethlehem and see what happened.
The shepherds looked at Bethlehem and saw Mary and Joseph and the baby, Jesus, in the manger. They told others what the angel had said, and everyone was astonished.
Don't you think that's a little harsh on Christmas Eve? After all, we're in the room of requirement. There's no need to keep score here.
I haven't the slightest idea why you avoided me on this outing Dumbledore. But when I agreed to come, I had no intention of subjecting myself to students screeching Christmas carols, to the insufferably din of barn owls. As you know, Hogwarts is not King's College, or perhaps University of Maryland.
Miss Granger, I do apologize for the intrusion. Please continue with your, singing.
star appeared in the sky. Astronomers, very wise men who lived in the East, knew what it meant, that a great leader had been born.
Professor Dumbledore, Professor Snape, will you stand in for our wise men? And now we just need a third.
I know who would make a great wise man, except she's not even a wise guy, just a know-it-all girl.
I choose to ignore that remark, Ronald Weasley, but I won't forget that you made it. Professor McGonagall, will you stand in for our third wise man?
Miss Granger, as much as I'd like to accommodate your request.
Perhaps we can make an exception and instead have a third wise woman instead of a wise man.
A brilliant solution, Mr. Potter.
Following the bright star, the wise men, the three magi, traveled for many days in search of the leader foretold by the prophets of old. Finally, the star stopped upon a house in the small town of Bethlehem. There, they found baby Jesus. They spread their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh before the baby and worshipped him.
Hermione, Jesus was born a long time ago. Why is there a star shining over Hogwarts tonight?
It's Dobby's star.
Dobby gets a star? But Dobby didn't do a thing.
Dobby, you've learned about the meaning of Christmas.
Dobby is like a bright star shining in the darkness. Christmas reminds us that Jesus spreads his love in the world, and by following his teachings, we spread light and love into the world.
What about Voldemort?
Yes, what about the Dark Lord?
Come follow me, dear friends. We will vanquish the Dark Lord, or else we'll perish in the charge.
Harry, Jesus is God's ultimate gift of love to us. Your mother died to save you. Hers was the ultimate gift of love. If there's one thing Voldemort does not understand, it is this kind of love. In the end, his love of power will destroy him. But a love as powerful as your mother's leaves a mark, not a scar, no visible sign. To have been loved so deeply, even though the one who loved us is gone, gives us some protection forever. The same is true of God's love for us. This is why we celebrate Christmas.
And why we celebrate Christmas with those who mean so much to us. That's why I came to the Room of Requirement. It brought you all here to celebrate Christmas with me. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hats off to Miss Granger, and 100 points for Gryffindor.
Is still working really hard to keep sure this Christmas pageant is on the ball and stuff. So she's done a great job. She just made this fireplace last night. She's instructed us all on how our characters are supposed to speak and move, and she's instructed us all on other stuff. Yeah, that's great. She's done
thank everyone, the cast, and all you volunteers. There are just so many people to call on, unfortunately often at the last minute, to help out. It was a lot of fun. You know, writing it and putting it together. Not so much fun practicing it, but for most. But it was just a real joy to do this year. A little stressful, but a real joy. And it seemed like the moment. We probably won't dust this script off in future years because I think Harry Potter might have had his moment, but
never.
We'll see. Yes, that remains to be seen. But thank you, and Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.